Mr. Bannon and three others are accused in a scheme to use funds raised for construction to pay for personal expenses. Stephen K. Bannon, President Trump's former top advisor, was charged on Thursday in New York with fraud for his role in a scheme related to We Build the Wall, an online fundraising effort that collected more than $25 million for the president's much-touted plan to erect a barrier on the Mexican border, officials said. Mr. Bannon and three other defendants defrauded hundreds of thousands of donors, capitalizing on their interest in funding a border wall to raise millions of dollars under the false pretense that all that money would be spent on construction. Audrey Strauss, the acting United States Attorney in Manhattan, said in a statement Thursday. Mr. Bannon was arrested early Thursday in Connecticut by the U.S. postal inspectors and brought to Manhattan, where he faced charges in a two-count indictment unsealed in federal district court. He was expected to appear before a U.S. magistrate judge in New York later in the day. According to federal authorities, Mr. Bannon, widely considered the architect of Mr. Trump's 2016 presidential campaign, hatched the plot to defraud donors to the Build the Wall campaign with three other men: Brian Coffage, an Air Force veteran from Miramar Beach, Florida; Andrew Bodalato, a financier from Sarasota, Florida; and Timothy Shear of Castle Rock, Colorado. As the founder of We Build the Wall, Mr. Coffage promised his donors that he would not take a penny in salary or compensation, and that all the money he raised would be used in the execution of a mission and purpose, prosecutors said. But those promises were false. Prosecutors said. Instead, they said Mr. Coffey secretly took more than $350,000 in donations for his own personal use. Mr. Bannon, through an unnamed non-profit organization, received more than $1 million for We Build the Wall, prosecutors said, same of which he used to pay off hundreds of thousands of dollars in personal expenses. To conceal the illicit flow of money, prosecutors said the four men routed payments from Build the Wall not only through Mr. Bannon's non-profit group but also through a shell company that Mr. Shia controlled. Prosecutors suggested that they were in possession of a text message in which Mr. Coffey tells Mr. Bodalato that the payment scheme was confidential and should be kept on a need-to-know basis. A White House spokesperson declined to